You're good.
Okay, thank you. I'm going to start today's meeting with the script that we have because of our meeting by Zoom and virtually. So good afternoon. I'm Patsy Zeller and I serve as the Vice Chair of the APRN Committee of the Kansas State Board of Nursing. I ask the members of the APRN Committee to respond to a roll call signifying their presence at this open meeting that is being held by Zoom and YouTube. Jade Ramsdale. I see Jade's picture there. Jade, are you there? We'll come back to Jade in a minute. Andrea Watson.
Present.
Jamie Harrington. I don't see Jamie there.
Present.
That was Jade.
That was Jade, okay. Dawn Gosnell.
Present.
Thank you. Benjamin Cochran. Jennifer Bender. And Bobby Mansfield.
Here.
Thank you. I also ask for the following board staff members to signify their attendance. Carol Moreland, Executive Administrator.
Present.
Jill Simons, Executive Assistant.
Present.
Public comment allows individuals to address the APRN committee about their concerns, but the Kansas Open Meeting Act, COMA, does not require the APRN committee to provide public comment or answer questions from individuals. Public comment will not be taken today because there is a possibility that the connection for the remote meeting may be lost over time, and the time for the meeting may not allow everyone who is present to comment. Additionally, we will not know what the comments an individual may make, and we would want to provide notice to the public of our intent to discuss a particular matter so that the public may listen and observe our discussion. Because we are conducting this public meeting remotely by Zoom and YouTube, I state for the record the following information. On August 28, 2021, the board sent notice of the meeting for the APRN committee to all individuals who have requested notice of the committee's meetings. Additionally, the notice and the agenda were posted on the board's website, ksbn.kansas.gov. You may obtain a copy of the notice and the agenda at that website or by sending an email to Carol Moreland at ks.gov with the subject line request for the agenda, and the board staff will send it to you. The notice contains their internet links to access the meeting by Zoom and YouTube. The notice also contains a Zoom telephone number to attend the meeting by telephone call. Each of these electronic mediums allow the public to attend this meeting free of charge. The notice also advises individuals to contact the board office at 785-296-2967 if they experience any technical issues during the meeting. The only mediums for interactive communication offered for this meeting are the connections by Zoom and YouTube, as previously stated. Each member of the committee, board staff, or presenter shall state the person's name and the title each time the person speaks or votes, as the case may be. Each participant to the meeting shall ensure microphones, phones, or other electronic devices are on mute when the participant is not speaking. Each motion will be clearly stated before the committee votes, and the chair will announce the results of the final vote. A statement or motion will clearly identify and authorize by delegation each member of the committee or staff who will be permitted to sign any document on behalf of the committee. The meeting is being recorded, and the recording will be posted to the board's website. The committee has the following items listed on the agenda: call to order, review of on-site packet, additions or revisions to the agenda, announcements, approval of minutes for the meeting held in June 2021, unfinished business, new business, agenda for committee meeting in December 2021, adjournment. Although the agenda does not include an executive session, if the committee elects to exercise the option to go into executive session, the committee will follow this process. First, the committee must be in open session before going into executive session. Then a motion will be made and seconded pursuant of KSA 75-4319B. The motion must contain the statement of justification for closure, the subject to be discussed, and the time and the place the open meeting will resume. If a motion for executive session passes, public will be excluded from the portion of the meeting and the executive session will be conducted by electronic means that will not be made available to the public. The committee members will return to the open meeting after the executive session. The open meeting will resume when the committee members return to the Zoom and YouTube meeting after the executive session. The complete motion for the executive session will be recorded in the minutes. The meeting is now called to order and the committee will now consider the next item on the agenda. So the next item on the agenda for our APRN committee meeting today is the review of on-site packet. I don't think we had anything in on-site. Did we, Carol?
This is Carol Moreland. No, we do not.
Thank you. Any additions or revisions to the agenda? Okay, hearing none. Any announcements? Okay, we'll move to approval of minutes. Is everyone able to look at the minutes for June 15th of 2021? And if so, did anyone see anything we needed to correct? I see Bobby shaking her head. No, she didn't. So Jill, how about a motion?
Sorry about that. Yes, is there a committee member who would like to make the following motion? I move to approve the minutes from the June 15, 2021 APRN committee meeting as written.
This is Bobby Mansfield. I move to approve the minutes from the June 15, 2021 meeting as written.
This is Andrea Watson. I'll second.
Thank you. A motion is second. Any discussion? All in favor say yes.
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 All opposed say no. Looks like the motion carries. I do see Jennifer on our screen now. We didn't have her at first, so I do see her there. Jennifer, are you with us today?
I am. Sorry, my audio wasn't working initially, but I'm here.
No problem. Thank you very much for that.
Thanks.
We're going to move to unfinished business, and the first one on the list here is prescription monitoring program. Bobby Mansfield.
Okay, my report is pretty brief today. There's been one meeting since we last met, and the KTRACS Advisory Committee met on July the 16th of 2021. The content of that meeting was kind of regular issues, ways to improve the management and use of the program. They didn't talk about budget at that meeting, so that was nice.
Yeah.
We also, as part of the advisory committee, review cases, and those cases are put forward by the Board of Pharmacy when they look at KTRACS data and see some unusual patterns of number of prescriptions, number of prescribers, and number of pharmacies used. So that's always a closed door session. Recommendations are made by the advisory committee at that time. The next meeting will be in October.
Thanks for that, Bobby. Any questions for Bobby before we move on? Okay, the next thing on our list, CNMI regulations. Carol, would you help us with that?
Madam Chair, this is Carol from the agency, and I guess I was a little asleep at the wheel, not really, but anyway, for the announcements, we actually have two people going off the committee that we just wanted to say a huge thank you to. That would be Jennifer and Bobby. We so appreciate everything that they have done for us on this committee and sharing their expertise and everything with us. We do have some certificates that we'll be mailing out to them. Since we can't meet in person, we can't actually hand you the certificates, but they will be coming just as I think, yeah, here we go. Just kind of as a thank you. for everything that you've done for us. We do really appreciate that. Okay, there we go. Now we got the whole thing. All right. So those will be coming in the mail to the two of you. Thank you. Thank you so much for everything that you've done for us.
So Carol, this is Bobby. Would you still like to have a report on the K-Trax Advisory Committee?
We would, I think. I mean, Patsy,
Yeah.
I guess maybe that would be a question for Patsy.
Okay, but I would, and you would like, you know, certainly if you want somebody else to fill that position, that's an option, but I would also be happy to continue and just report at the meetings.
I think that sounds perfect. I think we need to keep up on that. If something changes for you, Bobby, you could let us know.
Yeah, I've thought about a successor, so I would certainly make recommendations
Okay.
or meet with you to talk about your ideas too.
Okay, sounds great. We can do that. So I appreciate your help. Once you kind of know the ropes, it's kind of, we get very comfortable with that you're just going to give us a report every time we meet, right?
Well, you know, it's interesting. The advisory committee, they talked about having term limits and nobody wanted to give up their term. Some have been there longer than I have.
Wow.
But it certainly does take a while to understand what the system is and how it works. And it took a while to establish our presence and for our voice to be respected. So I want to be sure that we keep that no matter what.
Yeah. I understand that perfectly, but yeah, we appreciate your help. I guess we'll just continue like it is until we decide, or you decide you need to put somebody else in the place or mentor them into that spot.
Okay, I won't be making any motions at the meeting though.
All right, sounds good. We can do that. That'll be fine.
Okay, Madam Chair, this is Carol, back to the agenda, the CNMI regulations. I didn't get an update on anything that was going on with them. They did have a council meeting, I believe on August 25th. I got the agenda off from the Board of Healing Arts website. I did not see any minutes out there yet, so I was going to ask Jamie, but she's not here, if she could give an update on that. What they had on the agenda was to review a couple of the regulations that are not in effect yet, because there were a couple of terms, distributing and procuring, that evidently have kind of been a little bit of a hang up. And then to revisit other regulations previously proposed but not effective for consideration moving forward, because there were a few regulations still that had not been approved and everything like that. So that's all I know on that.
So probably just continue to have it on the agenda for the next meeting and see if we have another update. Okay. So Carol, it looks like the next one I'm going to lean on you again, and that's a 5-year legislative review for KSA 65-1152.
Yeah, if it would be okay with the committee, I would like to table this until December to do a little bit more research on this, because what the deal is on this one is it says that the schools shall offer a master's level degree program in nurse anesthesia. However, the two in Kansas are now DNP programs. So we just need to do a little work on that. And I haven't had time to do that. So if it would be okay with the committee, if I could bring it back in December.
Carol, this is Jen. I can actually help with that. So the accrediting body for the CRNA programs actually published a statement several years ago, and beginning January 1st of 2022, so this coming January, all of the accredited programs must offer a doctoral degree for entry into practice. And so all programs all graduates, I should say, beginning in 2025 will be graduating with a doctorate degree. Any programs that were the master's level and that were unable to make the transition to a doctorate degree come January will no longer be considered accredited.
And what was the date on that again, Jennifer?
January 1st of 2022 is when all of the program cohorts must be at the doctorate level.
Okay, well, that's very helpful. Thank you. I appreciate
You're
that.
welcome.
So Carol, will you still bring that back in December and we can?
I will, because let me just kind of talk to Charles some, and I'll bring it back in December and see if we just need to take this over and revise it or whatever. So if it's okay, if I can bring that back in December.
Unless we have any opposition here, I think we're okay with that. If somebody has another idea, it looks like we're okay, what I can see.
Thank you.
Then we move to new business, report on APRN programs approved for licensure.
Yeah,
Is that-
this is Carol again. This would be on page 7 in your packet, and we actually had 9 programs that we saw graduates seeking licensure. So you have all of the information there. They all meet our requirements. So it was interesting this time because they were all MSN. Didn't see any new DMP ones, so it's interesting.
Yep. So that information in the packet, any questions for Carol about that information? If not, I think Jill, you have a motion, do you, for us this one? We don't have a motion, Carol?
So it's,
I don't think we
actually
do a
just
motion.
yeah.
Okay,
It's kind of a information thing, because you guys don't actually have to approve it anymore.
okay.
Yeah.
I thought we had to put a period at the end of every sentence. I don't know. That's just
Well,
keeping me
not
lined
this
up. Well, you guys made that pretty easy on me. Now we're here headed to the agenda for December. Some things we need to put on that. I would be prescription monitoring program. We can ask for that report again. Bobby will do that. CNMI regulations, if we have any update. And then we bring the KSA 651152 back for review for the team.
Mhm.
Anything else that we're missing here?
There'll just be a report on the programs,
Okay.
the APRN programs. That's always on there.
Okay. And then the last thing on my sheet here is adjournment, and I understand we don't have to have a motion for that, so we've taken care of our business. So thanks for your help today.
Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, take care. Thank you.
Good day.